I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First, we'll have a review discussion of the meeting minutes from April 6, 2026. Anybody see anything that is corrected?
Couple things. On the 4th page, under fish feeder, the fish are fed from Memorial Day to Labor Day in Carbondale East Lake. It says Stroh Bridge. It should be STRW, just spelling. And then down at the bottom, down at the bottom under Osage County Fair, second sentence, money can be used for, it should be a different class. We were specifying for hogs, but if that was taken, we were saying they could use it for a different class. So it needs to have different added for class.
Anybody have anything else?
Make a motion, we approve the minutes from April 6, 2026 as corrected.
Motion made by Kevin, second by Barb. All those in favor, please raise your hand. All those in favor, motion carried. Public comment?
I think we have. Wait.
Liz Witt?
Yeah, you guys, I understand you guys talked about this before, and it's just something I'd like to champion, but it's got to do with the pedestrian crossing over the railroad tracks, not the grade crossing, just where the kids cross.
Yeah.
All right. I'd like to champion or help push that along, be a cheerleader, loudmouth, see if we can't work towards getting maybe money raised to get the last American crossing put in there. I emailed BNSF Friday. Of course, he was very polite, came back that he can't talk to me because I'm not part of the road authority or the authority if that's city. We talked about that earlier. I don't know if that would be city or county since it's a pedestrian crossing. The grants available. I know you guys, I understand you've applied for a grant before on some, I don't know.
What's wrong with the pedestrian part of it?
What do you think?
Patched. Well, they cross on just cut off pieces of wood when they cross the
Okay.
tracks.
Okay.
They make it an elastomeric, it's rubber crossing. They do it for roads too. I'm not talking about the road, just where the kids cross. So here's what's driving me. Last year we had 2 car train incidents in Osage County Fire District 1. One was the dummy hit the second engine of the Amtrak. The other was a kid up here that was probably a quarter second from being dead. If he would have been a little bit slower, he'd have been balled up and rolled down there. I watch people all the time go across there. They don't look both ways. They rely on the signals. I just think you got housing going on up there. You got a park right there. You got a grade school 3/8 of a mile away. I got an ice cream store and I got a loud mouth and I like to,
What is it you said that you'd like to see on there? Or you have an idea of a
So
solution?
they make an elastomeric, rubberized
Okay.
crossing where you can't get your foot or your bike tire or anything caught down in it.
Okay.
Are you talking between the rails?
Yes,
Instead of the wooden planks they have in there?
instead of the pieces of loose wood they have on there
Yeah.
that they walk
I
across.
got you.
And there's probably, just my guess, 50 to 75 people walk across there every day.
Wouldn't that be strictly BNSF?
Yeah, but
We
So,
can't alter their
wait a minute,
guidance.
wait a
We can
minute.
advocate for
That's
it.
not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay, BNSF has a division that takes care of this. I emailed the guy. There's grants available, but somebody has to champion it. Okay, now I'm not saying we do it. All I'm saying is if there's grants available, usually you have to raise some money to go along with it, kind of like you did the library. I don't really want to be involved in handling the money part.
You just need somebody on the city
I
side
talk,
to talk to them.
you guys know me, I talk to everybody. I'm not scared to talk to anybody. I'd love to champion it. It may be years before it ever happens, but
Yeah.
can't start until we gotta know what would it cost, how much money would we have to raise before we even start.
She's gonna see if we can reach out to BNSF.
We started a process a couple weeks ago to get the tracks fixed there in general,
On the grade crossing.
and so I wonder if it'll tie into it, but I'll call them back and
Okay, I mean,
Let 'em know that
maybe
that
this is a
part-
moot point. Maybe y'all already got it taken care of.
so, but
But
I
if
wasn't
not,
aware of that crossing for the pedestrians. so
no, not the
we'll,
pedestrians,
yeah,
just
yeah,
the
We'll
cars.
see if we can.
I'd like to
get
look
in
at it.
and-
I mean, it could be a lot better. We got kids. We can spend a lot of money on the sidewalks, so
Yeah,
and there's a park right there.
we'll see if we can get
Anyway.
more information for
That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to come in here and hear myself talk.
You're good.
All right, I'll leave you alone, but you know,
Good.
I'm willing to, you know, put my time in to find out more information. I just gotta get where they'll talk to me.
Right,
You know, I'm not wanting to sign a contract or anything. I just wanted to find out what it would cost and what grants are available, cause I might have some pull and some other, you know, people maybe wanting to put, if we only gotta raise a few $1,000s, it can't be that expensive. We're not talking signal gates and all that. That could come later. Just,
We'll see what we can figure out.
we'll
yeah,
reach back out to them.
reach out to me and let me know.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you
Have a
guys.
good day.
See ya.
Thanks, Wade.
Was there anybody else, any public comment?
That is it.
The Osage County Herald?
Hi, that's me. My name is Dan Rooks. Some of you may know me, but I think most don't because I didn't have to present this 2 years ago to the council to get approved. But first of all, I want to thank the council and the public for the time for me to present this. Thank Emily for setting it up. And I'm here tonight to ask the council to approve $775 for a full-page ad in the Osage County Guide to Tourism and Living. This is a comprehensive magazine that we publish every 2 years. Anything you want to know about, well, I won't say everything, but I'll say a lot. Most things that you want to know about the county is in this. It's a valuable tool. We do it every 2 years. And it has a long shelf life. We're going to publish it in the regular paper. We hope the first week of June. It may be the second. But I don't think it'll go past anywhere past that. So,
Is it,
I know your kids.
pardon?
I know your kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I have 2 kids that went through the district.
is it
so.
basically an updated version of what this is, or
Um,
like the next?
okay, so Emily and everybody should have a copy of the ad.
It's on the back of the paper.
Okay. And then the ad appears in the guide under the Carbondale section. The Carbondale section starts on page 10. And then
It
page
looks like there's like 5
11
pages.
is the guide, is the ad. And, the Herald Chronicle did not, create this particular ad. It was sent to us, what we call camera ready. So, we can use this ad, we might have to make some changes, we can tweak it if needed. I'm pretty sure we still could. And even though we didn't create it. But we can also create something different. But time is of the essence because we will have to publish this, send it off to be printed, probably by mid-May, maybe the 3rd week of May.
And then do you sell these?
I'm asking, yeah, I sell the ads.
How wide is your distribution?
The distribution right now with paper is setting about 2,500, and that includes online subscribers.
Hmm.
But we have subscribers, most of them are of course in Osage County. But we have a lot of subscribers in surrounding counties and all over the country, actually. The shelf life too, I take bundles to all the city halls once it's published. I take bundles and set on our paper racks that we have available. We used to have them everywhere. And now we get file trays for the KC's locations.
How much do
Most
you
of
sell
it.
them for?
The prices are on the sheet in the back sheet, $775.
No, she's talking about these.
The book.
Just
Oh, the books, no, we give them away if you ask ahead of time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, we can only do so many, but I take bundles to the city hall and I, take them to, doctor's offices if they want them for waiting rooms or dentists, whatever.
So you don't necessarily do it for, profit, you just do it to let everybody know. about
Well,
Osage
the
County.
paper's definitely profiting from the publication.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, just like our we profit from a weekly paper too,
Okay.
but yeah.
Dan, do these other pages stay in there and it just replaces this one
Yeah.
page, or is this the only page we'll have in there? Will we still have these?
Oh, yeah, you'll have the Carbondale, everything about the city, the map, the aerial view, all that's,
Can we
Information.
update the map? Because we now, I mean, we have a subdivision out here now.
if you can supply us with a map or just tell us and we might be
We have one, don't we?
able to utilize, use that map and, edit it.
We can give you something, Dan.
My only deal is I can't speak on behalf of the editorial side. If they're using uniform maps, they want everything to look uniform. So maybe we could edit that map. I think
Well,
I mean, that's not showstopper.
yeah, I'm saying, like, I don't even know. They're
well,
working on it. I don't know if they're doing the maps this year or not.
even if it's not updated, this doesn't cover all Westville anyways, so it wouldn't make a difference.
But as far as the editorial that you see and the information with population and statistics, yeah, we'll have that all in there. I'm just not sure about the maps this year. It's probably so. It's been this way every 2 years when I've sold it. And this is like
Council's
my
interested in?
6th one.
I make a motion, we approve the full page data 775 for the Osage County magazine.
Mhm.
Motion made by Kevin, second by Ron. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. All in favor, motion carried.
Approved?
Yep.
Okay, so, other than working with everyone on the council individually, which I've had to do this in Scranton as well, I would like to be able to work with Emily on any changes, but if there's any changes or suggestions you have,
It would be, she
and,
would be the
okay,
lead, I guess.
yeah, that makes sense.
If she has any,
You've all
questions that
heard
she
the
can't
expression, too many cooks in the kitchen.
answer. Yeah, no, we appreciate it.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. I think it's a smart choice, and I will let you know, just FYI, that the inside back cover of your guide right now is the school district. And I'm telling you that if they don't, I don't know what they're gonna do yet. It's been brought to their attention. And if they don't do it, it's the inside back cover, it's a premium position, and it's $1,050. So, if I have that position, they have the first right to refuse a premium position. But if it becomes available, I can let Emily know. And if you guys decide, oh, we would like the inside back cover, then we can put it there at your next meeting. Okay, well, I appreciate the full page ad period. And, yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Y'all have a good evening.
You too.
How are you? It's been a while.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, governing body members. I'm Sasha Khan with JEO Consulting Group. Appreciate you guys giving us a little bit more time on your agenda. So since I was here last, we have been hard at work on a draft agreement, and I've actually brought with me my colleague Lisa Robertson. She actually is our client, what's your title, sorry? Client advisor, there you go, she does the business development, I work on projects, and so she can talk with more authority on the types of agreements that we have and what she's been working on with our corporate folks. In terms of an on-call is what I called it when I saw you last. I think master services agreement is actually what the title is. That's why I brought Lisa with me. We will be brief. We know you have a full agenda, but with that, I'm gonna turn it over to Lisa and let her, talk to you guys for a little bit.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I think they're gonna put these slides up on the little projector behind you, but I thought maybe you'd want to have this and just get it all along. It's very, very short and brief. We're not gonna take a lot of your time. So, I'm going to introduce JEO first, before we talk about kind of what Sasha's referred to. We're a full-service engineering firm. We've been around for 90 years. On the second slide, will show, shows where our offices are. We've got 15 of them. They started in Nebraska, so they're pretty Nebraska heavy, but we've been in Kansas for about 10 years, and we have 4 offices here. So very, very happy to serve this area. And then the next page shows a little bit about the services we provide. Like I said, we're full service. So we have a pretty robust wastewater, transportation, water resources, anything you can think of. We do architecture too, but Sasha is in the planning and development, or planning and engagement division. And so they do lots of planning projects. If you wanted to work on a CIP or do a strategic plan, or sometimes she helps with bond issues. If there's projects that will be funded through the bond, her team gets together and kind of holds public hearings and does surveys and kind of gets engaged in what the community's feeling on it. On the next page, she did talk about an on-call, and that is correct. We have a lot of on-call experience. Nebraska is very robust. I think their city engineer for about 160 communities up there. But this kind of shows you what we're doing in Kansas. You'll see the blue dots. Those are basically city engineered. That really means that they're pretty much embedded into the community. They'll be there like once a month, once a quarter, whatever they decide they want to do. And they're kind of an extension of staff. The little red squares on their side are on call. And so we have those a lot with more of the metropolitan cities. That means we have an agreement where there's no obligation, but there's an agreement in place in case some project pops up, you need somebody to do it. You just do the on-call agreement by task orders. And Emily would be designated as a person authorized to sign. There'd be an amount set. You could put an annual cap on it if you want to. And we can work through it that way. So we have experience with both. And you'll also see we are on call for a lot of Kansas entities. So KDOT, work with Kansas Wildlife. We work with Department of Agriculture, and also Sasha worked very closely with KDHE with the lead service lines, which is how we got to know your community in the first place, which was very wonderful to work with you. So that's kind of why we wanted to maybe continue that a little bit. So the next slide just shows our core values. Really not a joke. We kind of try to do all of those things. Communication is really key with us too. We try to respond and give you all the information so you know what you are getting and what you are paying for. So there's not like any kind of, question about that. And then just the next page, we've got just a couple of folks that we work with that were on the slide previously, that we're city engineers with or on call with. These two were Great Bend and Hutch. So our group is kind of diverse. We have Hutch, we have Great Bend, larger communities. Then we also work with Ashland, Kansas, which is Southwest. And we work with another smaller one too, Eureka and Towanda. So we have a very diverse clientele, and we like to work with cities, and this is kind of what JEO's bread and butter has been, is to work closely with city engineers. So that's kind of just in a nutshell. What this would be, what we're talking about or proposing is, Sasha referenced a master service agreement. We would do that, and it's just a very brief agreement. And that would authorize Emily to sign off on task orders. So If you wanted to do, a small task that came up, it would come as a task order. The name of the project would be entered, the scope of services would be entered, the way that the compensation will work would be entered. And then we would proceed on her authorization for that designated amount. We have a termination clause in there too, doesn't hold you to using us for a period of time. So it says you can terminate at any time, either party, by just getting, whatever notice we think is, appropriate, 30 days, 60 days, so nobody's left in the lurch. No projects are left undone or incomplete. And the other, oh my gosh, I had another thing I wanted to point out too. Oh, it does not require you to use us on everything. Some on-calls, some engineering agreements will say that we're the only firm that you can use, but we don't do that. You can use other firms if you want to, but if you want us to do anything for you, we can use that on-call to proceed in that manner. So that's kind of a general overview. We're thinking of maybe talking with Emily and just seeing what kind of things are coming up that, we might be able to help with. And then I would love to send the master services agreement to Tom and let him take a look at that, as well as the task orders, and he can provide input if it's something that you're interested in. And we can make changes that he suggests or what have you, and kind of work it through and then come with the first project if that's something that you want to do. So if there's any questions, you can let me know. I would have had the agreement today, but our compliance officer is out and she will not be back until tomorrow. So I wanted to get a really good draft by her and okay by her before I send it on to Tom for him to take a look at.
I know last time we talked, there was some question, Tom, I believe, had a question about the engineering. And
I believe Sasha got an answer on it, of whether the grant writer can be the engineer.
yeah,
So the answer to that question is it still depends on the specific program. We've assisted with SS4A grants, and then we compete to actually do the planning project. What I do need to correct though for the record is you asked if we did grant administration, and I was incorrect in my answer to you. We don't actually administer grants. That's not a service that we offer. What I was confused about was our involvement with the city of Lincoln. We are managing their lead service line replacement program, and that's funded through the state revolving loan fund, and we provide them all of the documentation and that reimbursement request package, and then they submit. So we are not technically doing their grant.
But you provide support to their administration efforts.
We absolutely do. In that case, we give them the whole package to submit and get reimbursed. They review it, of course, but we take care of the papers, basically.
And that's a reason we do on-calls a lot, because cities like to have that support from the funding perspective, and we have some really good people in those spots. But if we do that just kind of gratis as part of like another agreement, that like that project, if you want to do an SS4A and apply for a grant under that project, we bring in the funding people, they look it up, they apply, they assist the clerk through the entire process. If some question comes up 3 months after the application comes in, or the clerk receives some kind of documentation and she doesn't understand it, she picks up the phone, she calls Amy, and Amy explains to her what that is and what steps she needs to take. So it's what Tom was saying. It's really kind of a support of the grant through the whole process.
JEO kind of saved us on our flood survey. And so we've worked closely with them in the past and had a good working relationship.
Did you guys have anything else?
on the agreement that you're gonna send over to Tom to look at, you mentioned Emily, proving payment and such like that has to come from the council.
Right, so we'll have it set up in a way that's gonna make that pretty clear in each one, and so if the task order needs to come through the council and the compensation's there and everything's set out and we can sign for it, yeah, you guys can approve.
But actually like submitting the task order, that's something that she would be able to do and then bring to us.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
That's kind of
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Ashton,
Whoa, how are you guys?
you are up, sir.
Really all mine kind of flies together with parking and stuff over it, and I know that's on the list for tonight. But I did want to ask about if there was any more discussion about the water at 517 Kansas. We talked about that, putting service at 517 Kansas.
Justin, did you? You looked into it, didn't you?
It's 185 feet. So the only difference is if you had the 150 feet that the city provides, there'd be 35 feet of 3/4 peck. So you're not talking a lot of money. You're talking $23 different than the 750 for a normal meter set.
The ordinance that we passed was for services, within city limits. And he's just outside of city limits. And so that would be the only difference in our current.
Where
resolution.
where would we run it to?
Wherever you want. Whatever's
It
convenient
would
for you
go
guys.
from
I can go anywhere.
right outside the fence.
You're basically just dropping them a meter pit, right? Just somewhere on
Is
the
there a
property
meter somewhere?
that you'd be able to go and read.
Because it's dated. And
You're just doing water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
right
right
there.
here.
Right there. So about
I
4
don't need
feet.
anything else that's already
4
got
feet away. from
septic and
the
everything already on it.
there's the
Okay.
main line.
Is that part of a
It's
water
not on
district?
that, but it's there.
No, it's not, because I called rural water district 5 about it, or 1. What's the one closest to us? 5?
5, I think.
Jimmy
Outside of it.
is the one where I know. So I called a couple, and I even called Burlington, because there was some discussion over that, over which district it is. And actually, it's kind of a
But technically,
gray area from everyone. It's a different direction, no matter which way you go. So Burlingame says that it's not their responsibility, and Jimmy from 5 says that it's not their responsibility.
so technically 150 that the city would do would still be on city limits.
Yeah.
35 that he's paying for would be taking it from the end of where city would stop, which is still inside city limits, and just paying for the overage to go over city limits.
Yeah, and I just brought the 150 up because of the sewer conversation.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but it's 185 feet, but you're not talking a lot of kilometers for that service.
Yeah.
It's just technically,
yeah.
Perfect.
And it's
Have a good night.
Appreciate it.
what's that?
It's all rock, right?
It's possible.
I hope
It is
not.
possible.
I don't know, all the digging I've done so far, I haven't found much flint rock, so. Or even just
So
junk.
virtually the 35 feet is what he's paying for.
So
The
he's
city
just-
covers the
he's in the
150.
middle
Yeah.
down here.
And
Because
so,
you don't normally pay for it,
yeah,
normally around 150 feet.
I know this is a,
But you would,
He's right on.
after the meter, the
So it could
homeowner,
be OCA, or it could be.
but since it's 185 feet and that 150 rules there, it's just,
but he's paying for his part that could
So
jump
we don't
over
Right.
city limits.
so that's the only
65
extra.
or OCA. And they're not claiming,
It's different.
No,
if they're not
he would
claiming,
be 5 if not. If
Yeah.
anything.
if they're not claiming you as being part of their territory, fine, the city can extend service.
because I tried going that direction just because it's county, so I wanted to go to county, you know, that's the proper thing to do, you're in county, you go to county. And they're all saying, no, that's not our area, because they don't have water to that, nobody does, it all stops clear up the hill, up out in the middle of a field, or, you know, I think Bettigrew's on up at the very back of his property is where it stops, and then he had to trench it on up the rest of the way to his house.
Well, there's quite a few people right there, like Pagels and stuff. I think they're still on
Pagel's not,
Well,
Rhonda's the first one.
or not well, they haul it in.
Yeah, Pagels are still doing, because it's the same thing. It's such a gray area out there. When you look at the map for the county, it's like blotchy where they go. Like it's not very good at all. And that's why I was like, well, literally I'm spit to the city right there. Why not give my money to my hometown? You know? Give my money
But
back
again,
to the city.
That's not the issue is whether or not
No, I know that.
they have defined their territory
Mhm.
And if you're falling within their territory, they have to release you to the city.
Okay, so
And,
I
and
just,
so that's what we really need to know is whether or not the legal description for his property is within the boundaries for that water district. Because if they are, then we have to have that conversation with the water district.
and I can absolutely contact
And,
them.
and they do routinely release those properties
They don't want to have to do
Because-
that for you.
because extending service is too
Mhm.
expensive. Or they just may not have the service capacity.
And that's not a problem. That's, I just wanted to, whatever we need to address to go a different direction or something I need to do, then I have no
Does he
problem
need to
doing the
contact-
footwork to get there.
The rural water district and ask them and have them get the release if that's the case, or?
Or do I
Who
need to?
represents them?
Jimmy is who'd be the closest one, so Rule 5 is the closest to it. Jimmy Jolly. And I can get his number for you, Emily.
Yeah. Do you know who Osage 5? Who's their attorney?
I don't know.
I don't think it's us.
No, I don't think so. I don't know who it is. I know the whole, pretty much all, everybody that runs 5 because, and the reason I know it so well is because it's my sister-in-law's father that's ran it and has ran it for the last 25 years, you know? So when he come down, I kind of approached him and he started laughing. He goes, yeah, we don't go down that way.
Okay.
He's like, you should just approach the city. They're gonna be your best bet. I said, okay.
Well, I don't think the city's opposed to supplying water as long as we know that we're not.
That you're gonna be okay. Nobody's gonna get their,
We don't want a 1983 act.
you don't need your foot closing the door. Yeah, so, and that's, you know, and like I said, that's just, if whatever steps we gotta do, if I need to call somebody or something, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to.
Can you follow up with water district manager?
Yeah. So do we need to approve to extend service with him contingent on that?
Sure, that's what I'd recommend.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve water at 517 South Kansas contingent upon the release from rule number 5 water district.
Second. Motion made by Holly, second by Ron. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. All in favor, motion carried.
Thank you. And like I said, Emily, if there's anything you need me to do, I'll be
Okay.
more than happy to do whatever.
Yep, we'll find out.
We're gonna roll into the on-street parking, because I know that you had some of that, but before you get, what did we figure out with on-street parking? This is
Yeah,
from the
the,
last meeting.
yes. Tom drafted, or, Tom's
Quinn,
partner Quentin drafted an ordinance.
no, I haven't seen it.
And just so everybody knows, on the parking, I'm here to, whatever I can do to make it better. If we gotta make some changes, we gotta make some changes. I just don't wanna lose all of my parking in front of the building.
Is the ordinance you're talking about for overnight stuff, like overnight parking?
Yeah,
And I know there was discussion about the overnight parking, and I don't know what all of it is, but that is gonna be very, very difficult to be able to manage. Because I can't control somebody that gets off at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning to drop their car off. And it's not fair to a customer to get a ticket written to them because they were parked there overnight. And I know there's apartments down the street that stay there all the time. There's 3 people that live in them apartments. So there's 3 vehicles out there 24 hours a day, all day, every day. So that's gonna be a very tough one to manage. I'm all about giving up the parking spot on the end, I agree. And I told Holly, I've told Levi, I've told Dusty, the one on the end, I agree. That's a blind spot, there shouldn't be nothing there. That should be gone, it's not right anyways, so I have no problem getting rid of it. Same with the parking spot beside the driveway. I'm okay with that, you know, I just don't want, because I can, and I told Dusty this too, and I'm just throwing this proposal out there. I have no problem closing my fence permanently and making no access to the front so I can gain my parking back in front. That gate that enters into my fence area, I would just close that thing permanently and we'd enter through the back of the property because Honestly, the front is more of a pain in the butt anyways, because customers think that's a good idea to pull up and block it all the time anyways, so it doesn't really matter, it's blocked. I'm not kidding you, probably 85% of the time from a customer that pulls up, goes inside, wants to sit down and you might as well call it the Casey's coffee shop over there, because you get all the old men come in with all the goodies. So they can't do it at Casey's, so they just move to the next spot. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because I enjoy it, but
If you wanna keep the parking up front, would you be willing to have compact car only parking up there?
absolutely,
So it's
I would
visible?
I would be happier with compact car parking out front, because the trucks being out front is not good. It's a pain in the butt, and I fight and fight and fight and fight. You guys have no idea how much fighting I do over parking between Linda next door, constantly calling the cops on me, taking pictures, being on Facebook, problems on Main Street, problems on the side. It makes it very, very, very unnecessary stress that I don't want. So if there's signs out there and we have a direction to go, hey, all right, let's make it happen. If you're an idiot, you can't read the sign, you deserve to get a ticket. Just like J-turns. I've told them people 1,000 times about J-turns, and it's clearly marked all over Main Street. It does not matter. They'll still do it. So when they get a ticket, it's their own fault. I can lead a horse to water, but I can't show his face in and make him drink it.
You have something to say, Phil?
Yeah, is the stop sign on the east side of his building on North-South Street, right over here, is it as far forward as it can be?
We talked about that too.
I don't know.
Cause I was coming down twice today, and there was a white pickup one time, and there was a small car a second time parked at that stop sign waiting for me to come past. It'll be,
It's before the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's a way
Is it?
for us.
Yeah.
It is.
Before the crosswalk.
okay, so he had one car today, he had one car parked in the last stall before the no parking sign from here to corner. And my Suburban's not short. I couldn't see the white truck at the stop sign behind the car that was right there. And the truck seriously was 17, 18 foot back from the corner. That truck would have never saw me either. I was wondering today whether that stop sign is really where it needs to be, because that guy was at the stop sign, but he was so far back, even if the black car hadn't been there.
It hides clear behind my building. You have to stop behind my building. I know what you're talking about, because it is a problem. That stop sign, you have to stop clear behind it. If you want to stop before the stop sign, I agree, Phil. If you want to stop before the stop sign, like,
It was a full-size Chevy truck and it was behind the building.
and it's behind my building. So like on Main Street, like this one here, over here, it's right up pretty much to the main drag. But the other one, it's clear all the way back past the sidewalk and everything. And I can see how that makes there a big problem for pulling out too. Just like, we're already talking about all this, so we might as well just bring it all up. Just like a one-way alley. That's been discussed for ever since I moved in. If you guys gave me a clicker, I could count the cars that drive down that alley between the post office, the clinic, us. It is like an international highway every day. And it wouldn't matter if there was any cars back there or not. There is so much confusion because cars always meet at that side up here. And so you're always fighting to get down the alley. So another one of my suggestions would be make the alley go one way all the way down, just like they did at the grade school to make it flow better.
No, and if you were to close that gate in the front too, that would make a lot more sense to make that a one-way as well.
I'd be
With all your delivery trucks going down there?
So I talked to Shannon about it, and I know this is something I need to brought up to you guys. On the side of the building, now this is a question. On the side of the building, there's no parking hashed out area, right? It's no parking from the curb or whatever it is. I think Shannon knows what I'm talking about, and Dusty, I know does. When I originally talked about this, we were having trouble with the delivery trucks parking over here on this side of the street. So I would have no problem making that like a 10 or 15 minute loading, unloading time only, right there, to where the delivery drivers, instead of making J-turns on Main Street or going down and turn around and come back, they pull in right there onto the off street, unload inside, they go up and around, they're gone.
No, that's on the east side of the building?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so right where the parallel parking starts on this side, there's the marked out area for parking because it's away from the curb 30 feet or whatever. Using that as basically a loading and unloading zone. Yeah, here we go. That's a picture. Wonderful. So it'd be
But you can't load and unload in a place that's no parking.
right there. I know that's what I'm asking about.
Yeah,
though.
no. You can't do it for 5 minutes because that's when the
Oh, okay.
crash went.
Yeah. So right there, like
It's
that
all
area
known.
right there, like they pull up and load and unload.
It gets tickets.
What's that?
It's all or none with those markings.
I know, that's what that's what I'm just asking. I don't know, you know what I mean? So I'm asking.
The problem is you got your Snap-on guy that pulls in there for an hour while you guys are shopping in there, and then he's not in there, he's beyond your time.
Well, it's gonna either be that or it's gonna block the alleyway for however long they're there driving.
Where, that's the other thing. In the Snap-on truck, there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, I don't know what to do. If we need to make a solution, I'd be more than happy. That's what we're all here for. I wanna try to make everybody's life better. So there's no miscommunication on what's what.
Yeah, so my only concern with having the loading and unloading
Mhm.
there, I mean, good idea.
Mhm.
The only concern I have is kind of like what Dusty was saying.
Cause it's a no parking zone.
But the moment a truck
Mhm.
parks there, that's the moment there's gonna be an accident,
Mhm.
because the person on, what is that, Third Street?
Mhm.
Can't see around it
Right.
and pulls out.
And that's so you can see like, so what they're talking about, if you squirrel over, you can see the stop sign, what Phil was talking about the other way. It's back so far that you're actually behind my building. Right there's a stop sign. The crosswalk meets the front of my building.
It's right,
So-
I mean, it's right before the side,
No,
crosswalk.
it's correct. I just,
Yeah,
it's back so far that people creep out so far to figure it out.
that would be a tough one to.
The problem with that is if you move the stop sign forward, then they're parking on the crosswalk.
Right.
So
So
you just force them to do the wrong thing.
with traffic laws though, as long as you stop before the stop sign, come to a complete full stop, you can pull forward then as long as there's nobody in the crosswalk
Right.
and then make sure that nobody's coming,
Right.
correct?
Yes.
I do that every morning, but it is
So there-
difficult.
There are several places in town that are exactly like that.
Right.
And so you pull the stop, you stop like even down on First Street. You're coming up, you stop at the stop sign because it's back behind where a sidewalk maybe was.
Right.
You stop, you look, and then you slowly go up and you look.
Right.
As long as you're paying attention and as long as I drive by and I see that you stopped at the stop sign, I don't have any problem with that. It's all about safety.
So what do you think about, or what does anybody in the room think about making the alleyway a one-way? That way, the delivery vehicles have somewhere to go down and not be afraid of meeting someone.
And see, I could force the delivery drivers to come in the back gate. That
Right.
won't be a problem. Of course, big stuff, they're gonna have to pull on the side. If I have a semi pull up for freight unloading or something, obviously I can't squeeze that in the alley, I can't squeeze it in my yard. So I'm gonna have to, which I've been trying to do a good job on making sure that I get them pulled like by Doug's house or something far enough forward that nobody's in the way of anything.
Can you pull just past the alley?
For-
Like just south of the alley? Like for bigger
That's
semis?
what I've been doing.
Oh, okay.
That's what I've been doing. My big freight trucks, like the semis and stuff,
Mm.
especially now that enough of them have delivered to me, they already know. They come in, they pull over, and they park in front of Doug's house.
Mm.
And then I come out the alley with a forklift or whatever it may be and get what we need to take
Doug
down.
doesn't seem to mind.
Doug?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he don't care. He's a great guy. He enjoys all the hustle bustle. He enjoys,
We still need to get rid of that first spot right there on the corner, right?
and I don't agree with that. I do agree with that. I think that the first spot needs to go.
I actually measured that and it is the
Ow.
20 foot it is in violation.
Yes, I do agree. The first spot needs to go. The first spot, and I'm perfectly okay with taking that first spot and the other spot by the driveway. I'm good with that. That's okay. I don't mind. Like I said, I'll just close that gate off permanently and just leave it as parking. I won't even mess with it no more.
Side note, because I see it every Thursday morning when I'm driving by. Are you just gonna keep a gate there because that's also where your dumpster's at? And I see the
Yeah,
guys
so
back
that
up
was
every morning.
that was tough. So I had the dumpster over on the side because it was more convenient for the trash company to come in. They could slide right down the road, pick it up, and go on their way, rather than stopping on Main Street, backing in, and causing a traffic problem. So that's why I had it set over here on the side where that no parking zone's at. They would just roll it out, dump it, roll it back to the curb. Well, that's against ordinance, I guess. Is that correct? Cause they
It's a
told me. it
no
was-
parking zone, so the dumpster can't be there and the dumpster can't block a sidewalk.
It
Is
was,
what
well,
the two issues
There's
were.
no
well,
sidewalk
it,
there.
If I remember
not,
right.
where when it was on the sidewalk, it was only been pushed up on there one day. So it normally sits outside, out in the street against the curb. That's where I had been leaving it. But
Oh.
somebody had pushed it up onto the sidewalk and then I came in the next morning and we moved it back. So, and that's when Joe's like, hey, I got told that we need to move it because it's out of ordinance, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, well, so yeah, so it was sitting right there by the pole where the no parking sign's at, maybe a little bit farther forward is where it was sitting. And since it's, once again, it's in violation of the ordinance or whatever, so I had to move it. I was just trying to make it more convenient. Like I said, I'm trying to find solutions for everybody. Okay, I don't want, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, everybody's going to work, I'm stopping a trash truck in the middle of Main Street and backing them in. Okay, so let me try putting it over here. Okay, well then they can just slide and fold up and they're not bothering anybody. Well, I can't do that because it's against the ordinance. So I don't know what to do on that solution either.
Yeah, the only reason I brought it up, because I see it every Thursday morning.
And it's a pain, and it's a pain in the butt, isn't it? Big trash truck backing over into, I'm telling you, when I had it on the side of the building, nobody even noticed it.
No, it's noticed.
So,
Well,
It is.
one topic here is the parking stalls.
Yes.
He's okay with painting those out. I mean, how does council feel about that? I mean, it's in violation anyways.
Yeah.
So Dustin can paint those out.
I make a motion, we repaint the parking stalls. The one from the crosswalk, 20 foot, and losing that one by the driveway. And making the front parking spots
correct.
compact car only.
I'm okay with that. Now, do I need to, that's a question before we get too crazy. Do I need to supply those signs or is that something the city will supply?
City supplies those things.
Okay, okay, I just wanted to make sure, cause I wanna make sure everybody's very aware of it, so that way they know. Cause we're gonna have to retrain some people, cause
Motion
people
has
have
been
got,
made by Holly,
sorry.
second by Ron. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. All in favor, motion carried.
Were those the only spots when you marked it out? Were those the only two spots when you marked it out?
But we're at the ladder.
Yeah, those are the only
Right
two.
by
that-
the driveway that was talked, the
Yeah,
house next door, there's one that would disappear on each side of that.
You're
So
correct.
3 total parking spots will be disappeared.
3.
But he's gaining two
By
or
closing,
three
by
more
closing my gate
by
off.
closing the gate. So it's moving stuff into the safe areas.
Yeah.
So there's more that were out down the road from him rather than the corner, but that obviously that one stall in the corner, so.
the situation with the trash can be a separate subject then, because we're still on street parking.
Sorry,
But you're good. I'm just thinking we might move that to a separate subject though. So we can finish up street parking first, if you're cool with that.
oh, absolutely, yeah.
Since we're talking about street parking, I just wanna make on Weg side, when you guys park cars over there for a week or so,
Well, I've never parked a car over there for a week and I can.
the black truck sit over there
It sat
in the
there for
handicap spot
3
on the
days.
sidewalk for a week.
3 days. And so cause it got moved. That truck, so I'm gonna make everybody very aware because that is a big part of what created this mess. That guy had a stroke and he is very hard to deal with. And he had the keys. I couldn't get home. He was in for surgery. Before everybody gets so mad about something like that and saying that there's somebody living in the truck and blah, 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 blah. There is a lot of other things that went with that. So I would have moved that truck right away because something that big, I try not to leave on Main Street. So we had to get the keys. He had back surgery, so he was in the hospital. He dropped the truck off. And I don't like working on the truck anyways. It is what it is. I can't get around that. But unfortunately, that's why if you guys noticed, it has not been on Main Street. It is in my gate. When it's been there, I've been trying to make sure it stays inside the gate or whatever, because I know it's a problem.
Well,
So-
my point is more along the lines of, you're a business, we want business,
Mhm.
but you got parking there, you got parking around the side, you got parking in your thing.
Mhm.
Running down Main Street seems excessive. And then
So
you're
my
parking,
question is when the cafe opens, where you plan on having everybody parked for that?
I would try to park your vehicle, your customers right outside your cafe.
Well, there's not gonna be any parking, because they're gonna have parking for the shops, they're gonna have to park down Main Street, or over here by the library.
So what she's asking is that gonna be a problem?
Maybe we
Cafe
could
parking's not gonna be overnight, it's not gonna be hours.
No.
Well, no,
And see, the
but
only,
there's enough somewhere to park during the day too.
I try to, so I'm just gonna tell everybody right now, I am so busy, it's hard for me to keep up. It never slows down, it's always constantly busy. I'm bringing business in from 7 counties into that over there. That little shop that was a dump hole once before is now bringing revenue from 7 other counties into it.
Oh, I wonder if Doug would mind if you extended your parking down that way.
I've actually talked to, when we're on that, I've actually talked to, Donna, no, not Donna, what's, Kennett?
Donna Kent,
Is
yeah.
it Donna?
Yeah,
Is it
that's
Donna?
the only.
Have you guys noticed my employees have been parking back there in the back in her yard?
Oh, they have,
Yeah, because I'm trying to do better at keeping Main Street open,
yeah.
so. As much as I possibly can, and it's tough, because especially, we have, there's Big Phil's Auto Plaza out of Topeka started bringing cars down, so that's another issue, because a lot of those cars come down, they don't have tags on, they're dropped off from transports at night, whatever it may be, so I'm having a little trouble trying to manage all that too, I'm trying to do the best with what I have. So, if there's a problem with parking or anything, just tell me, come talk to me, or if we need to have meetings. I have no problem coming over to do this, because I'm all about making solutions for everybody. I wanna make it better. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. This was my lifetime goal, was to have a shop in this town, and that is no joke. So, I'm gonna fight for it, I wanna be here, whatever it takes to be here.
This ordinance that was presented here,
I don't think you need to take action on it. It sounds like you've got a resolution.
in play.
It'd have to take somebody to make a motion to pass the ordinance.
But
still, we did this as a draft. It still has a number of blanks in there that you'd have to figure out what you want to impose in fines if there were overnight parking in violation of it.
yeah,
So I would like to speak on that. I will do my best to make sure cars don't stay on Main Street at all. Make sure it's cleared at night. As long as to my ability. If it's in my hands before we leave, I will make sure to try to get it put inside the gates at night. So that way it leaves it open. Main Street open.
okay. So, if everyone thinks that we've got a solution working right now, then we'll put this up.
See how it goes.
This table.
We'll table this.
Could I offer up a motion to make that, the alleyway a one-way? It just makes sense because of the accidents that we've had.
We've had 3 there since I've opened.
Is
that I
that
know.
possible, or is that like a street law thing, or is there somebody special that dictates which road
We
you
did it
come
by
in
the
with?
school.
No, you can do it by.
We did
Okay.
it right down by the school. We actually
Okay.
made it go one way, and then we made it go the other way, because they couldn't get up in there.
Okay, so then yes.
Well, that was for the buses and such to get up in that little circle area, but the alley thing,
No.
and I've witnessed it
Not for
because
the
I live right
buses.
there,
Mhm.
is that
Not for the
there's
buses.
stuff
Mhm.
parked right by the alley and people coming out can't see around it, so they come out
Right.
further.
You're right, and that's the exact issue that.
But if there wasn't somebody
may
parked
solve.
right
answer
next
to your
to the
question
alley,
is, Holly, yes, you can make a motion.
yeah, she can make it.
You
Yeah,
know-
I make a motion that we make the alleyway, behind, do I have to be specific?
Between second and third.
Between second and third, one way going west,
South Main Street.
just south of Main Street.
Motion's been made by Holly and second by Ron. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. All in favor, motion carried.
Thank you guys. I'll make everybody's life better on my alleyway.
Alright, was there anything else on streets or with Ashton?
On that, when is that gonna take effect? Who's gonna notify all the businesses along there, especially the post office,
Street signs.
street
So we'll order
signs?
signs for it and we'll post it in the paper and then we'll also put it up on Facebook. So it'll be about 2 weeks before it's enforced.
Because we gotta wait on signs and for the public to be notified for so long.
I would say 2 weeks minimum.
I can put my limp cone back out.
Well,
Let's get a new one.
I was just gonna say, I mean, that.
Becomes a little floppy.
You could help out with this, but just.
Absolutely,
start
directed
notifying
traffic, and I'm okay with that. I'm
that, hey,
perfectly
in the-
okay.
In the future, this
This
is
is how
going
it's
to
gonna
be-
roll. Yeah, and I'm good with that. Like I said, I was cracking joke about my limp cone because it was the only cone I had, and I was trying to
Is that
make
the
a
one that
point,
was
stay out of this.
out in the parking, out in the parking spot?
Yeah,
See,
you know,
was
that's
like,
all I had, and so there was a lot of joking around about my limp cone. So
Thank you, Ashton.
thank you.
Talisha, thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Ordinance for trash, 556 trash.
Oh,
Did I skip something? I have sidewalks in here.
no, that was all together.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Did we have to do an ordinance last
We have
time?
to, yeah, we update the ordinance for the new rate that we agreed with Joe.
This just require, oh,
So it just updates the city code.
I make a motion, we approve ordinance number 556 to approve the rate increase for trash, which went from $17.50 to $18.
Second.
Motion made by Kevin, second by Holly. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand.
No.
All those opposed, same sign. All in favor, motion carried. You need my signature on this one right now, Emily?
Yeah.
All right, I'm doing that. Zoning, which would be Bill.
Are you guys gonna, do you want me to do the zoning that I've already got done first? Or do you guys wanna go ahead and elect me as president so I get paid for this?
So we have posted the zoning up on social media. We have one interest from a previous person that was on zoning. And I know that she's interested as the administrative position as well. She reached out to me late today. So we might end up with 2 zoning people.
Lisa? Is it Lisa? Curiosity?
Dylan resigned?
Yes. Like the day after Bill was brought in.
I knew such a.
I'm out. He went into the office or emailed or something.
Gordon took over? I'm not.
Does that application, is that for the president of zoning or?
She'll put it just in for, if she is only interested in the admin position, then I guess, so I don't know if it's zoning in general or.
I gotcha.
It was just a brief conversation at the end of the day.
Okay.
I know she's interested in the admin position.
Tom, from the correct side of this, what action or no action as far as also making him president or waiting on the applicant to come in?
I believe that your zoning board is, you haven't had enough members.
Correct.
So you've got one person who's been essentially administering your zoning program or making sure that folks were in compliance. And we've kind of limped along in that way. Now you've got 2 people that appear to be interested in the same position. You can make it an interim if you're not going to make it a permanent until you decide which of the 2 you're going to accept for that position. But I still think you need to be working to get a full board.
I've been trying to recruit some people.
I understand, and please continue.
I wouldn't mind being on it either. I mean, especially with him and Lisa being interested. If that's something that's.
I don't know that you can do that, that's an incompatibility of office arrangement, sort of thing.
We had a previous council member that was on the
And
zoning
maybe-
board,
I was
but I
gonna say,
don't know
my
that.
dad was on both.
So was Mike
But I know
Reynolds.
they couldn't be the administrator and
Right.
be on council, but they could be a member of the board.
And that could be, sometimes I have to go back and see those incompatibility positions and see how they line.
That's okay.
But initially, do we have to have an administrator initially? I mean, I say that because you're just getting on. And we've
I've got a
not,
long tenure here.
what's that?
I said, I've got a long tenure here.
On the zoning board?
Oh, yeah, weeks.
I mean, to me, I haven't seen you do a lot of reports with us and bringing stuff into us yet.
Haven't done it.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So, I mean, I would like to see how you bring the reports in and stuff before I'd say, yes, I want you to be the administrator. For me.
I understand.
I think that probably the thing you need to do for a while is have an interim until you guys make a decision. So,
Does that take a motion?
yeah, I think so.
Is that would that be paid or?
So
Being
fill
an
that
interim?
position for now.
Pardon me?
Our zoning administrator makes $200 a month.
So would he be paid if he's acting in place of that temporarily?
Sure, there wouldn't be anything that would prohibit it.
Gotcha.
But if he's doing the work, he should be
Compensated, yeah.
Now,
compensated.
at the last meeting or one of the previous meetings, you said you did want to do certain things.
Correct.
Were were any of those items part of what Dylan was doing?
Nope.
No, it was what police department covers.
Yeah, he was just talking about, like,
Code,
Yeah.
code
He doesn't do
compliance.
code enforcement.
Who really does?
I make a motion, we approve Philip Gordon as interim admin of the zoning, is that right?
Is that correct, Jamal?
It is
Okay.
president.
Interim zoning admin.
Okay. Motion made by Holly. Did somebody second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Second made by Ron. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. 3 in favor, 1 opposed, motion carried.
Yeah, zoning.
Zoning, which one do you wanna start with? You wanna start with permits? or-
That's all I got. I got the one for the new house.
Okay,
That one, is interim until they put the footing in. This is all just on paper. I went out and tried to measure it out, but they don't have any sticks or anything on the ground. So until they pour the foundation, which they haven't missed yet, I went over the last 14 or whatever it is with Dylan. And he said that he's never had one of these. So
I'll
that
make
one,
sure I
when I
keep your
recommended.
contact info. Have a good night.
This one falls, it's the first house on north. Over there.
Oh, in this
They're-
corner.
Yeah, they're kind of going the other way out of that cul-de-sac now.
Got 3 copies. First house on north, what part of the north? Like,
The west,
the
so.
absolute west, right at the corners?
Mhm.
Engineering design.
I make a motion, we approve the zoning permit for Drippy Homes at lot 20, block E, Tucker subdivision, the first house on North Street.
Second.
motion made by Kevin, second by Holly. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. All in favor, motion carried.
215 North Street, other than the barn that's already there from the 1960s being too close to the fence. Everything else on that one is good. They're gonna have a carport company put the carport in and, they're going to do all the work. It's already gravelled. It's far enough away from the house. It's far enough away from the neighbor structures. They're trying to put it in and I showed them on the building where the carport needed to be over by a foot in order to be within compliance away from the property line. And still have access to the main doors of the garage. And they have a little bit of a drop off on the on the west side that they may have to have the carport company bring in some dirt or something.
Do you know if they're inside the square footage regulations?
They are.
It was added, like, it's
Oh, I'm
it's
sorry.
okay, north.
I'm over here looking at it. I have another copy. These permits are always different, but they turn
So
into
what do I
twice.
sign? Each house is district property one on, accessory buildings is 7 foot.
No, I can keep it.
That's the one that filled.
Yeah.
2 houses can't be 14 foot apart, but everything else is 7. Front yard, they have the side yard, they have to be the front yards for that section of town. Is 30 foot from the ending of the pavement. The Kansas statutes like that.
What do you say this one for?
I make a motion, we approve the zoning permit for 215 North Street for carport.
Motion made by Holly and second by Ron. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. All in favor, motion carried. Thank you. Anything else in zoning, Phil?
No, that's it.
That's all you had?
Other than the carb stuff, but I can keep reading.
Okay.
I got about
He's reading through the big packet.
It's 376 pages.
I think you mentioned earlier you're on what page, like almost 200 or
I'm
something?
on 203, 204 currently, but I'm getting bogged down with the drainage stuff because I don't know it. I called my cousin that owns Bowen Ditching. They've owned it for 45 years. I sent it over to them, have them take a look at it just to try to straighten me out on how all that works. The rest of it I get. I put the drainage part of it on. That's just not me.
Anybody got anything for Phil? Okay. Thank you, Phil. Dustin? Hear from you for maintenance.
We made a lot of progress on the lighting project. Today, they're gonna get it to the mother. We got a bigger machine finally, and we're putting it. If everything goes, I wouldn't hardly want to say for this, if everything goes well, I'm hoping to make pour concrete this week. It might be
Supposed to rain?
What's that?
Isn't it supposed to rain?
Yeah, Thursday.
Oh, okay.
We're working. That's why I said hopefully, hopefully.
He
Just
said
don't-
if everything goes well.
Yeah,
Don't rain on his parade.
Yeah.
we got a plan, but we could get punched in the mouth. You never know. But our new machine's back and it's running well, so keep our fingers crossed that it doesn't do that again in 44 more hours.
Don't break it.
Try not to. Got the alternator put in the dump truck and then we took it out and got it replaced because it was bad. So, but it's fixed again. Something else for you.
Kansas is looking better.
We did quite a bit of cutting and ditch work on Kansas. We've still got to do a little bit of final grading on the west side, but then we'll jump over to the east side and start digging it out too. It may not be quite as extreme, but it's gonna be dug out more.
I will say that Kansas does look amazing, good work.
Yeah, we took some stuff out.
Yeah, especially as high traveled as it is now with the off-road park.
But we've actually got about a foot deep ditch over there, so water has a place to go, so I'm more confident we can get a road to stay there. So hopefully we get a good bid this year, as long as you know. But that's really been about it. We've been trucking away at that. We're prepped for it. We just got a timer right. And we got about 200 yards left to trench tomorrow morning and we're done trenching, so. That's just one more step off there.
Nice.
Pagel came out and looked at the dock and I'll let Ashton say what they move in it.
I agree with Pagel in the fact that I never really was confident that you could get that block moved and set securely. You're always gonna have some sort of void. And it's also set in rebar in the bedrock, so that rebar's still gonna be there. Better idea, in his opinion and mine, is that we remove the dock out of the way, use our new machine to move that rock, make it deeper there, and then put a 12-foot section in, like we were talking. We may have to add more flotation to that, but leave the block where it is because it's set, you know. If we move it, we could just make the problem huge and have to rebuild. But if we move that dock and dig out underneath where we couldn't reach after it was there, and extend it 12 feet, I'm confident that it's gonna work. Got a hold of Fan Fabrication to see if he wants to come down and look at it and see if that's something they can do. Because time frame was a problem before the previous company.
What about RNS, like in, is it RNS in Meriden? They do metal work?
We can call them, but I know Fan Fabrication's in Paulding.
Oh, yeah.
He lives right outside of town.
Yeah.
But they still have to ship it off to be galvanized and can't see whatever. But he may be able to fab it up for us and get it done quicker, because it was 6 months to get correspondence. But we're looking at that, and I like that idea better.
It'd be nice to be able to use it functionally.
I've used it, but it's a thorn in my side every time I drive by it. It's not right, but I think that would work, and making it 12 feet longer, like we talked before, will take it from this steep to, you know, a little less steep. We're not gonna fix the angle completely, but I think if it's not sitting on bedrock, that will pop our floats. When we get out further in deeper water and make it a longer transition, it should be a lot better.
But if we add 12 feet, that'll hinge there, so you'll have a float there
It'd be
now?
solid.
Solid, okay.
Solid, it'd be 36 feet long instead of 24 feet long, going to that base plate. And with that extra 12 feet, that is weight, so we may have to add 2 more floats to the current 2 that we need to replace. I'm not gonna replace them until that will poke a hole in them again, but we have them sitting there ready. But I would agree that that's probably a better route to take. Now we'll see what the prices come in.
Yeah.
That's just the heads up that I got on.
Awesome.
Pool chemicals are all ordered. I did Hawkins a favor and ordered them early this year, so I don't join everybody else in buying them last minute. So we got it in stock, ready to go when it comes time.
Awesome.
That's a wait. Anything else pressing?
Weather, I know weather is a big factor, but the corner lines on the water line, highway.
I gotta do a lot of planning and prep to figure out when is best for both companies to come up.
Okay. And the tower?
The tower is what I was talking
Oh.
about, sorry. I need to call them about the water lines because we have good weather coming around the corner. There should be looking at us pretty soon. Both of those projects are still on my radar. That'd be it.
Cool. I think that's it, Dustin.
All right.
Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You as well. Shannon?
Good evening. Quite a laundry list, so we'll try and get through it pretty quickly. Good news is that the 2021 Durango is fixed and it did not require a new engine, and so it is flush and running, and I've been driving it, and you're good to go. Very good. 2020 Durango needs tires, and so I've brought you 3 estimates. We try to rotate through and not get tires at all at the same time, and so you have the 3 estimates in front of you. So recently, the reason that Kansas Land is in there is because the city went, we have got a contract with them, what, about 2 years ago. We had a guy come up and, do a contract with us, and so that's why Kansas Land is on there. They gave us a government price, that's what we went for, but any of them, we just.
Now, does Kansas Land do, and it may be different for police vehicles, but when I go to get my tires done, I go to a tire place in Topeka where it is under warranty if I get a hold of my tires.
Road
And-
hazard.
Right, and they fix it for free.
Yeah, and they'll
Is that-
show up, they have a mobile unit that'll show up. and-
Kansas Land does.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they're under warranty.
Yes.
Is that something you guys offer as well?
No, that's it. No, it's not we don't do rare hazard because now certain situations, like if you buy your tires from me, I just fix them for free. So that's why I've never really done it any differently.
You do, it's just not something you charge for.
Correct.
As long as they're bought through.
Correct. If I'm putting the tires on, then I fix them for free.
Gotcha.
So I never really offered a road hazard because it was just kind of a courtesy from me to my customer.
Yeah.
But if they're on their way to Hutchinson, you don't have a way to pick them up. or
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I make a motion, we approve the Kansas Land Tire and Auto Service, estimate due to the added road hazard available.
Not trying to kick myself in the foot, but it's a
At least you're being honest.
it's a good deal. I mean, I'd rather see you guys get what's,
Second.
Motion made by Holly, second by Kevin. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, all in favor, motion carried.
Thank you, appreciate it. So this data pilot is something that we had, picked up because we did ICAC investigations, which ICAC investigations were internet crimes against children. We no longer do those. We are trying to apply that, data pilot to different areas, to car stops, to the investigations that we do normally. But it's not super conducive to, no,
Oh, okay.
there's nothing for that. I'm just
Oh,
talking about data pilot. I didn't have any information for you guys. Basically, I wanted to wrap that, program up. We bought that machine, I believe, in 22. And so what I'm wanting to do is just put it out for another agency, to buy our license that we have for the rest of the year, and just get rid of it because it's just not something that has been something we use a lot. So I just wanted to make sure it was okay for me to sell that, and in that program, because it's just not something we use. It's $900 a year for the subscription. So, and updates and all that stuff.
How would you sell it?
Yeah.
Like,
So through the Kansas Association Chiefs of Police, and reaching out to the contacts that I know, all over the state, it would go to a police agency. I actually looked it up to see if we put it on Purple Wave, they don't have a technology area that I could find. They sell computers, but like in bulk. So, I put out a thing today to the president of the Kansas Association Chiefs of Police, and he's gonna get it out to agencies so that we can see if someone would have interest in it, because it is a good machine. It is a good thing to be able to download data if you're doing internet crimes and you're doing crimes on cell phones, and you can actually download cars and stuff like that as well. So it was good while it
are
lasted.
you gonna kind of take offers on it? Do you have a kind of a price in mind to try to sell it?
So brand new is about $2,000, and so I'm with the subscription, which prorated probably about $600 left on it. I was thinking probably about $1,500. Just depending, and it's more a matter of I just don't want to turn it back into the company. and get nothing out of it.
For sure.
So,
Might as well make
so I'm
something
trying
back
to, trying to find somebody that would benefit from it, but also, get some money back.
We just need a consensus for that. I guess how does council feel about that?
Sure.
Yep. Okay. All
Um,
for consensus?
I am curious though, is there something that you're wanting that sale price to go towards, like when you get the money from that sale? You look into
Not
that.
right now, no. No, I just understand that it's just not something we've been using, so I figured we need to.
Plus that'll be a $900 saving in next year. So you
Right,
don't
yeah.
have to
Yeah,
Put it back in your funds for something in the future.
yeah, there's some, I'm always trying to save some money, so. So yeah, we'll work on that. Park cameras, those have been in the works forever. In fact, they started with COVID money. And I just sent a thing to Don Bailey, again last week, talking to him about the parks. And I haven't got anything back, but I wanted to address that really quickly tonight, that has been something that has been on, already approved, the money's there. We're just waiting on Don to get the stuff put out at the park. He's a one-man band, and, he's had trouble, with his family. So there's just a lot of things, but hopefully in the next couple weeks, we will get in touch and we'll get those cameras out there so that we can keep on all the new stuff.
Take out the city hall one note and then, I think within the next 2 weeks, he'll probably get up to the park.
Right, yeah, but he's really good. It goes with all of our systems, so that's why I hesitate to go outside of that system. Yeah, so we're just gonna, I just wanna bring that up just to say that we're working on that. We've been working on it. And hopefully we get it done next couple weeks.
Cool.
Practice ammo, we need to practice shooting. There's no brainer there. So, the sheriff just gave this to us at our last meeting. We have a chief's meeting, we meet with the sheriff monthly. And, he just gave us, he's ordering in bulk like thousands and thousands and thousands, and so he doesn't have to pay shipping. And so, we get order a box of 1,000, practice ammo. And I was looking at the 225, which would be middle of the road grains, so don't need anything super high grain or anything like that. We just need something that's gonna go through our weapons and help us to practice. So I wanna get them out and practice. So we need some practice ammo.
Is that gonna be both 9mm shotgun and then 5.56?
That would just be the 9mm. I do already have some practice shotgun and I have some practice rifle ammo.
That's
So-
about your daily limit, isn't it?
You what?
Isn't that in 225? and then your
No,
daily-
my daily limit is 200.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 250.
I'm curious if you happen to have an inventory list yet.
Yeah, it's already been turned in.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Did I miss it?
No, it's turned into the city,
It comes in
Office.
through us and then what the inventory really is for, it then we goes to insurance and it's for what's covered. We can
Oh.
forward it on to you if you wanna see a copy of it.
No, I mean, I would love to see it. I just know that you've been saying something about an inventory list that you would
Right.
bring to council, and it's
Well,
just been a
we're-
while, so I was
yeah,
touching base with you.
we're trying, we haven't before. And previously, I mean, I've been used to just handing in a inventory to the city hall, so, and I talked about it, bringing it here, but then I was concerned that, Open Records Act. And there's things things in our inventory that aren't necessarily open to the public. So, that's why, I haven't brought it to city council to just put it out in public record. If you'd like to, I could show it to you if you want to come in and I could show you, or we could do it later tonight if you'd like, I can show you what we have. There's pages and pages and pages, but you're welcome.
No, that's okay. And you said something about the Kansas Open Records Act. I'm curious what exactly is protected on that? Cause I'm asking because I don't know.
Right, no, I understand. So
Would that be directed more towards Tom and his legal advice?
I'd have to look at the list to see what,
There would be serial numbers for applications for all kinds of different things.
I do have
Are
serial
you
numbers
asking
for
for the
guns.
purpose of the inventory list or just in purpose of what in general?
What in general is excluded? I'm just asking for knowledge.
I got you.
So
And not
are,
necessarily just for your inventory list, but like just in general,
Kind of
Yeah.
a safety thing, wouldn't it?
you know?
yeah,
um,
safety
As
issue.
far as
Well,
what is available.
What weapons we have,
Yeah.
how much ammo we have, how much, and that's not listed on the inventory either. So just the guns and their serial numbers. I don't think that should be something that is out in public, but,
the serial numbers, maybe not necessarily, but I think you could redact
it's
those.
redacted.
Yeah.
So, okay. So would that be something that normally is brought to
I
city
wanna
council?
see it,
Okay,
and then I'll make a
okay.
determination of whether it's got things that are
Because
covered under the open, or an exception to the Open Meetings Act, or
As-
Open Records Act.
as with everything, I always hold on to stuff before releasing it because you can't shut Pandora's box once it's open. So I try to be careful because we have to, we have to operate on, keeping things, information safe.
Sure.
And which keeps our people safe. And so that's why I try to err on the side of caution. So let's figure it out and then we'll get it to you, okay? But yeah, so, just wanted some practicing on.
So,
Yes, sir.
has there been a motion on that yet?
No, not yet.
I was gonna ask, so is it just the 9 mil that
Yes,
you're?
please. Yeah, we all went to 9mm.
It's that second line item right there, right?
Yeah, sorry, I had highlighted. it on the
No,
computer.
you're fine.
220.
The AC 9-2N, 9mm 115 grain MJ.
I moved that we approve the purchase of 9mm practice ammo for the police department at the cost of $225 per case.
Motion,
How many
motion made by Ron,
Second.
second by Barb. Any further discussion?
How many cases are you want?
Just one.
Any further discussion?
It's a little while.
All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed? 3 in favor, 1 opposed. Motion carried.
Okay, so, revisiting hiring, I wanted to come back, we talked about having, Kayla not on staff, after the guys got back from academy, and I'm realizing that it would be beneficial, to have a couple of part-times on staff. Not necessarily have them, schedule all the time, but it would be good to have them fill in just in case of sickness or people out. And so it doesn't cost us anything to have part-time people on our roles. And so as long as I kept an eye on the budget, made sure we were still within the budget, we have lost the full-time, and I'd like to wait until the end of the year to hire another full-time. But I would like to have a couple part-times just in case.
You
Just
talking
in case
more
we
like
need them.
on call type of thing?
Well, maybe not on call, but just, yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
just,
when you need them.
right, yeah, when I need them, I could just, find. But that way, and they don't cost us anything, to be on part-time, so, I would like that. I actually have Kayla, I'd like to reinstate her, because she is a huge asset to the city. She's a DRE, which is a drug recognition expert. She's a trainer on Taxa. She's a trainer for the Flex. And so she's got a lot of stuff that she could offer. also I've got a couple of classes that I'd like for her to teach to our new recruits, that would be helpful. So flex and more drug stuff. Car stops, she can be helpful with that. So, I'd like to potentially, plug her in not all the time, but once in a while, or if we're in need, I'd like to have her come do that, because she's an asset. The other person that's applied, I'd like to bring him before the board and have you guys interview him and have him as an option for another spot. I also have the opportunity, I have a person that I think would eventually, he wants to be a police officer. But right now, I think that I want to see if how he works out. If he would show up to work and things like that, kind of try it before you buy it thing. And this is a concept that we've talked about before, and have him do the part-time code enforcement, which is a position that is in the handbook. And so I would have him do part-time code enforcement until after the first of the year, just to see how things work out, if he is picking up what's going on. When you do code enforcement, it helps with investigations. So it's a whole kind of quasi police thing, but you can get away with not getting them certified.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
That you can, you don't have to get them, they don't have to be a certified officer to do the code enforcement. And so I wanted to bring him to the board next council meeting as well, and see if you guys would be willing to hire him as the part-time code enforcement officer to see if he might be a good fit for the police department, for full-time after the first of the year. So.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, does he need to go through the whole
Right.
flying?
Yes.
I just wanna make sure that.
Yeah, he would need to be certified. He needed those 16 weeks. I just thought that if we could,
For the 16,
No, you're
so
talking.
I'm talking about the code. To bring him on as a part-time code, yeah, you'd have to go through.
He doesn't have to go through
No.
academy to be a code.
Yeah,
enforcement
that's what I'm
officer.
saying, but he still needs to fill in the application and everything. for
well,
the
he's got an
part-time code.
application, yeah.
Okay, I just wanna make sure that that's all
Okay,
taken care of.
yes, sir.
I
Yes,
said
sir.
we need to list the positions.
I'd like to ask a couple questions real quick. How many officers do you have right now?
We have Mariah, myself, and two guys, so four.
I thought it was 5 full-time officers.
4 full-time. We have one resign.
Was there another question or?
Just, you guys can discuss what you need to discuss. I'm just doing stuff.
So on the officers thing, do we need a motion then to reinstate Kayla within the records since she was closed out? Cause I think it would be a good idea to have somebody PRN type where we have somebody on a funeral or somebody sick and we're short, maybe they could fill in. And she's already been an employee, just need to be reactivated.
I don't know where the budget stands on.
Well, it
things.
wouldn't
I would
be a
have to
change to
talk
the budget
No.
if we got somebody out for a funeral, well,
Well,
yeah,
do we pay premium?
Yes,
yeah, I guess we do.
and we have to make it, officers that have been getting a lot of overtime as well, so that's the only part I'm not sure of,
Not recently, we haven't.
but within the year. I don't want you to run out of money before
I
the end of the
understand,
year.
I understand. But we're also, so we're down to full-time, and that's what we had traded. We traded the one full-time slot for having the part-times gone. And I would prefer right now, I think this is what we need to move
I had a
forward.
couple of part-time and a code enforcement that traded for the
Right.
full-time.
Because we don't pay benefits, we don't pay Starts at 18, well, Kale got, we keep shooting it, but.
Doesn't mean they're only getting paid when they work if needed.
Right, yeah,
Like they're not making their schedule, you would
no,
only call them and ask them if they're available when you need them.
Right.
So kind of stand by,
so I would keep an eye on the.
minus the
on
code
the
enforcement,
budget.
it'd be,
Right.
or they, whoever would be a part-time position that you would schedule as well,
That I would schedule the part-time for the code,
if we, move forward on that.
if we move forward. We've done that before, and we did that, we had a couple of code enforcement officers, and actually everything was going very well, and then the code enforcement officer had to go back to work. The other one, that had been working was supposed to be getting his GED, he didn't, so he went ahead and, bowed out, because he wasn't qualified. So, it would be something helpful to us as well.
Gotcha.
So can I bring them to council next week or next month? As long as I'm talking to and keeping an eye on the budget.
We'll definitely do that, of course.
Mhm.
We'll heard from one about bringing to.
So we can talk about it next month. Think about it.
So
Did you have a second question?
did we not want to bring any candidates,
Oh.
applicants or anything? Or do we want to discuss it again at the next meeting to have possibility of bringing it up at the next meeting?
I'd like to review the budget first, just to make sure that we're making wise financial decisions. I will say 4 full-time officers is 160 hours a week. 7 days is 168 hours. So, I mean, that is only 8 hours, but I would like to have a police officer around the clock. But
Achieving 24-hour coverage 7 days a week probably will not be possible.
why
I mean,
would,
there's only one city in Osage County that has 24-hour coverage.
why wouldn't it be possible if we have if we have enough police officers, if you get a part-time officer, why wouldn't that be
It's
something
close.
that would be doable?
It's close, but it's never been 24 hours. We would have to pay, I think what I was told when I explored this a couple years ago was that it would take 7 just to start to get a 24-hour rotation. And yeah, we're,
Cause 5 full-time officers is 200 hours, and that's 32 extra hours.
you have to give them time off, sick leave, all that fun stuff too. So there's a lot.
Oh, yeah,
there's a lot
no,
of-
you're right, you're right.
There would be some
There's a lot of
gaps.
You're right.
calculation. I'm certainly not opposed to having a 24-hour department. That would be fantastic. I've also looked into grants and stuff like that, because there's a cops grant that you can hire. But that goes back to, we would have to get somebody to write the grant. But what it would do is if we got the award, it would give us 2 years it would pay for the law enforcement officer for 2 years for another slot for full-time. And then after that, we would have to figure out how to absorb it in. But that's something that I think Overbrook is actually working on right now. Because right now they have like 8 or 9 part-times and 2 full-times. So just structuring everything and trying to figure out where to fill holes, and it's
So I know
quite
Overbrook,
a
though,
technical game.
their chief of police in Overbrook has the right to hire and fire part-time
He
without
does.
council approval.
He does.
So, like, he has something that.
I know there's a Scranton officer on the street just north of me. Is that something that's a possibility where another city official or a police officer could work in the city that he lives in, just a part-time?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I think we
apply.
had a full-timer here that worked in Scranton part-time too, didn't he?
Corey? Are you talking about
I'm not sure of his name,
Corey
I know
over on
his
North
dog-
Street?
We did in the past.
See, I thought we did, yeah.
Unfortunately, he has sister. But yeah, he doesn't work in law enforcement. But I'd be happy to, yeah, if he wants to apply. So I guess we could open him up for part-time.
I think there's also a sheriff that lives 2 doors down from me.
Yeah.
To the east.
He works for Coffee County. Yep.
So I think for now, it's waiting, review budget, discuss again at next meeting for the possibility of bringing candidates.
Okay.
And, Kayla?
Yeah.
Will at the next meeting.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. I think, so I have frontline FTO standards tracker. This is Mariah. She is our sergeant and our, FTO, which is field training officer.
I might have stapled it to, email thing, cause mine was, they might check that.
So she
You did.
is working on training our officers and, we are looking at this particular software. We have, Frontline already for our standards tracking and for our, policy. Is it standards and
It's pro standard and policy.
pro standards and policy tracker? We've been working with them for about 3 years.
Oh, that's okay.
And they have, it's a new company, and when she went, we sent her to FTO training, to learn how to be a field training officer. This is one of the programs that they brought up that would be helpful to her, so I'll let her explain it.
So the nice thing about this is it's called FTO, but, so obviously it'd be helpful right now, all the new guys are in training and everything. But it also is a training development kind of software, so as we add more training or just continue to do our continuing education stuff, we can track each employee's, what they're doing, what they're going to, and then automatically pulls those into reports so you can see your strengths and weaknesses of what's going on. So we can, make sure we're not training too much in one particular area or whatever. And then it also would save a ton of time. There's only, we're working while we're on duty, so there's only so much time that you can spend on the training side of it. And you can't help that because you get sent out to a call. So if I only have a certain amount of time to work on training, I'd like to improve the training that we're doing rather than spending time documenting it. It'll document your daily observation reports, issues, or things that are good or bad. And then we can easily pull each person's file on the software and say, hey, we've tried to teach them how to use their baton 10 times and they're still doing this. Or, hey, they're really good at talking to people in mental health crisis. Or, you can kind of see where their strengths and weaknesses are and if they're actually learning, or if you need remedial training, or if it's just not working out kind of thing. So, it has all that, and then like she said, it already plays into the software that we have, that frontline software, so we're already familiar with it. Very user friendly, we like the other software so far, so.
What is minimum 15 annual commitment 15?
What? I'm not sure. It has that, I didn't know if that was the ones where we. Cause this is what we got from the rep, right?
Yeah. I'm guessing 15 months, cause they were prorated it for this rest of this year, and then they,
Well, the annual is still 15 also.
well, I can actually, we can call her and talk to her and ask her what that means, I'm not sure.
That's a minimum, so if it's a seat, it could be,
Oh, it's 15 people.
I think it was the month commitment, not the, I don't think it was people, I don't think it was a minimum amount of people.
no, because you're prorated through 26, from 4/30/26 to the end of the year, and then the end of the year.
I don't
think
know.
it's- I think it is the 15 people that you can put on the program.
Yeah.
And so that's the lowest amount of people that they have. The good thing is that we wanna make sure we're documenting training, we're documenting, all of these things, so that we can have a record of what we're doing.
And have it all in one place rather than, throw this observation report in a file and send this email here and, do whatever back and forth to keep everything organized.
Well, Frontline's cloud-based, so it's very
Right, so
easy
we
to
can
access.
What would this come out of?
Capital outlay. So we can come back if you want me to ask those questions and.
What's capital outlay?
I'm just not familiar.
Capital outlay is, stuff that so that would be subscriptions, it would be, our payments for our body cams, it would be,
Like your
Products.
renewals for like software and
right, yeah.
like hardware stuff.
I think you have enough in your training budget too, if you had to.
Okay.
One of those line items on the budget spreadsheet.
Right. That was, yeah.
Do you guys want more information or are you guys making action on this?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean,
More information?
especially with the 15.
Okay.
Like, it's, you got months. you
Sounds
got
like come back with more
freezer,
info.
yeah.
Any other questions on this? Or you guys want them to be able to ask to bring back so they come back fully loaded?
I would find out if that seats,
Yeah.
number of people, months,
Looks like she's taking notes on it.
and all that, so.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise it sounds like an effective
Yeah.
software, so.
Definitely.
But yeah, if we can just clarify some of that.
Okay.
Alright, we'll bring it back to you next.
I
I did get to play with it, physically play with it at the ILEA conference I went to, and they were showing me through, and the observation reports on some of the forms that they already have preloaded in there actually interface well with what we're already doing, so that was another nice part about it. Thank you.
You had one more line item down here on this email, Shannon.
Oh.
Yearly research of machines and officers. Did you go over that yet?
With
Yeah,
the
sour
alert radar.
yearly.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Did you-
so
You
Thursday,
went over that already?
no, I haven't
Oh.
gone over it, sorry. So Thursday morning, we have a traveling, radar guy, and he comes and he certifies all of our radar machines, in our vehicles and in our handhelds, and then he will, educate, any of the officers that haven't been certified, or he'll recertify. Last year I went ahead and did it again, there's not actually, time frame, but it's good to have certified officers when they're running radar to make sure that our cases can stand up in court. And same thing with our radar units, they have to be calibrated every year. So, that's just something that we do every year, but I just figured I'd bring that to you guys'
Kind of
attention,
heads
let you know. You what?
Kind of heads up FYI.
Yeah,
Cool.
heads up. The other thing I wanted to mention real quick that I completely forgot about, so I would like to go start, cleaning up the building, up the street, and, I'm looking at what we're gonna do with it. So we might be up there, maybe clean the wall out or something like that. I'm waffling between two things. Do we, spend money and, do grants and all that and take all the time to do that? Or do we do what we did here, which was sweat equity, which I had people from all over the community come in and work and, donate their time and we bought materials. But we, came in in this department, we did it for under $5,000, with in-kind and sweat equity. And so, I almost feel like it would be cool to bring the city together, citizens together and work on a project together, to, create a space that, we could all be proud of. So that's just something I wanted to mention as well. So,
I wanted to elaborate a little bit further on the hours and such, because I'm still a little bit confused, because again, five full-time officers at 40 hours a week is 200 hours, right? So again, that's 32 hours extra to adjust schedules, to have somebody cover your shift, what have you. And then, of course, 4 officers is the 160 for 40 hours a week. So that only leaves about 8 hours. And there was something that occurred, I think it was on April 7th. Was it the day after the last meeting? I think the bars were stuck on the tracks. There was a funeral that a county officer had to do. And then there was a wreck up at the grocery store. And I think all that was occurring by noon, but there was no officer.
right.
What happened? Is there not an officer like during the day at least?
I had a doctor's appointment in another state.
Okay.
Yeah, and so the county covers for us, and the county did show up for the wreck, and everything was handled.
So that was an appointment that you knew of ahead of time, I'm assuming.
And yes, I reported that to my supervisor.
I was just curious how come there wasn't an officer on duty in the middle of the day, that's all.
Because I have things that I
No,
have
that's
to do.
fine, I just asked.
Yeah, no, I'm just telling you, that's how I have things to do sometimes.
Sure.
Anything else for the police department? Great, thank you.
Thank you.
In office complaint form?
I have had a couple of complaints from citizens saying that they don't have access to a complaint form when they come into the city office. Or maybe they can't turn it in, I don't know. And then so I did a little more research and I looked up online and there's a access to complaints, compliments and complaints portal. But when I open that up, it's the address and stuff for the chief. And I was curious, do you have access to that?
No, not the complaints and
That's
not the
specifically
portal.
for TV.
The one, there's, in the hallway, there's one, with all the folders out there, there's a citizen complaint form. So that one's available if they walk in, but this other one, goes to the police department online. I don't have access to that one.
Oh, okay.
But those are the only two complaints forms that I know of.
Oh, okay. I'd like to kind of revise this a little bit. Like I said, I had a constituent come to me and kind of complain they weren't able to turn something in. I've also had some complaints about folks having afraid of retaliation. And it's been more than 2 handfuls of people. So I would like to add a section where constituents can remain anonymous. We don't have to approve anything now, we can table it till, I would like to have Chad's input. But this form would be required to be turned into Emily, because she is the complaint custodian via 8.8 in our handbook, records of complaints, job descriptions, Article 6 in our ordinances, under open records. And on the back, I think of the last paper, there's a place for her to sign it and date it. Saying that she received it. And then those complaint forms would need to go to their designated department, or they would need to come to council, depending on who it was on, for review.
So, question,
Sure,
so you have to remain anonymous.
correct.
But do they still close now?
If they want to remain anonymous, no.
Well, my
Sure,
my
sure.
question
Sure,
is that someone comes in, fills this out, say it goes to some kind of investigation, and they need to contact someone, the report, how do they do that?
I mean, hopefully there's some kind of witness. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
presenting
yeah,
this
no,
to
no,
see.
I
Yeah, sure.
understand,
And then we have-
I'm just bringing up the
Sure.
question.
And I mean, we also have cameras all over the place, that, you know, there might be a witness. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, just an observation.
Sure.
I was just gonna also add that the compliments and complaints on the police part of the city page. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the intent with that was just give an opportunity, it was part of that, one of those softwares that we already have, that standards software with that frontline program that we already had. It was something that was already in there and available so that people could make compliments or complaints. I don't believe it was ever meant to override that people could come and make a complaint to the city. It was just something that we put on there because it was part of that software and it was opening up another transparency of the public, another way that they could contact us if they wanted to. It's not exclusively have a complaint about anybody in particular, so.
And we get complaints that are not, that are anonymous, and so, we do the research, we do the investigation, and get them to the proper channels from there, so.
And I think
it's functioning just fine.
we don't like the anonymous side because a lot of time, at least with what we deal with, a lot of times people are just trying to get each other in trouble. And in fact, the last complaint that I had, somebody tried to get somebody else in trouble for drug activity, and then the further I got into that, I learned that the drug activity they wanted to report was from 3 years prior, and that they were just upset with that person that night. So it's to kind of get rid of things like that, where people are just, upset about something that they don't wanna have the other person know they're getting in trouble for. So I think that's why you have the anonymous side to it, or not having anonymous.
I mean, we do allow it, it is in the policy that we do allow it.
Yeah.
There's no limit on how you can compliment or complain.
People are more than welcome to come use the city form too, so I just wanted to add that in there, that was one of those software features.
You said there's no limit, what's that mean? Cause I thought they were supposed to go through the city clerk.
I don't have access to that. To
I don't
that side
understand
of
the
it.
question.
Well, I'm just confused as to why the city clerk doesn't have access to the compliments and complaints, complaints specifically, because that's who they're supposed to go through, is the city clerk, per ordinance.
And they're welcome to do that. Mr. Barnes, do you
Is
have
it an
any?
ordinance or just?
I haven't seen the
Job
ordinance, so I don't know what we're talking about. I memorized every city code of every city I represent, so I always have to go back and look at them.
We opened it up for just transparency and to relate better to our community is what we did. And prior to opening that portal, we received those complaints anyway. I mean, they would get a form, they would bring it to me if it was for us. If it was about me, then I would pass it on to the mayor.
Right,
It's not a problem.
I've had a constituent come to me and they were upset that they didn't seem to have access to turn their complaint into the city clerk's office. And that's where they're supposed to go.
We've never stopped anybody from turning in their complaint to the city clerk's office, however.
And
There is a direct contact link on the website that we direct people to regularly where you can choose your department. So if they want to communicate directly to the city clerk, they select city clerk. If they want to communicate.
Not everybody has access to computers.
Right, but that's why we have the forms in the
Paper.
hallway.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I know there's been several
Yeah.
people that have came to me and I've kind of blown it off because I'm not gonna deal with it. And I've said, go to the clerk's office to make your complaint.
We have
But
the
some
complaint
people
forms.
feel that if they do, there is gonna be retaliation against them.
Take the form home and
Yeah.
fill it out, put it in an envelope,
And
drop it in the Dropbox.
the Dropbox is great for that. If they
Or
feel
mail
that
it
way.
back without a return address or,
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. There's options
Okay,
that putting it out there, they.
yeah, I'm just asking because not everybody computer has access to this.
Sure.
Absolutely. And it's nice because they can walk in the hallway, it's in that document holder right outside their door. They don't have to talk to anybody, ask for anything. It's right there, free to grab, and they can walk right back out the door. We're not withholding anything on either side of the hall.
No, and I'm not saying you are, I'm just saying for people that don't have access.
Exactly.
And I've said, go down there, do what you have to do.
And then, and we have envelopes on the front porch. If they brought it back to the Dropbox, they don't even have to provide their own envelope. They can just drop it right in there and go on their way.
And there's part in the employee handbook as well where it says the city clerk, access to these records shall be given only with the city clerk's approval. The city clerk shall provide his or approval, for someone to view the record of the complaint. Where are the complaints currently? if I'm a regular citizen and I go to the city office and the city clerk tells me that she can't take this form, where do I go to turn it in then?
Have you done that?
And where is
already?
it kept? I've had constituents tell me that they have done that.
Turn people away.
We haven't had anybody come in with a form.
Anything further on the complaint form?
I will appeal to the council to look up and look up the 8.8, the Article 6. It's 8.8 in the job description book, Article 6 in the ordinances.
Are you wanting the police department to take that portal down?
Not necessarily. She just needs to have access to it because that's her job. And I think that she's actually supposed to, I would have to reread everything. I read everything earlier and I'm a bit nervous right now, so I don't remember. But I do believe that she is the one that's supposed to disperse it to whatever department that it's supposed to go to.
So would that be shutting it down off the Carbondale website too, that lets it choose which department?
Well, it's under the police department, the one that, if you're talking about the one that's on this page.
I was talking about the one that Ashton mentioned earlier that's on the Carbondale
So
page.
they are both, there's
On
a
the
contact,
City of Carbondale
there's a
website.
contact us on the website. Then under police, there's compliments and complaints that is specifically directed at the police department. Which police records are handled by the CLEO, the chief law enforcement officer. All other public records are the city clerk. Court records are me.
But on the Carbondale website, you said it has a section you can go to
It's just
file a complaint
contact,
to
it's
the
just
department.
contact information, and I know in the past that if they don't put their name on there, then it's void.
Well, and I know that Emily before has forwarded, there's been emails that you got, there was a complaint that you forwarded to me, so
And that
I think it's all
contact.
working.
I guess I'm just,
But for what I would suggest, Holly, for now until this is worked out, is they come in and they grab this out of the hallway. They can put it in an envelope and turn it in if they don't want me to know who they are, but anyone's welcome to come in the office anytime and turn one in or.
I mean, I would think that any complaint should go to the mayor, not to, I mean, the clerk can take them, but they should be in an envelope and then the mayor should deal with them.
And bring them to council.
Well, the mayor is the manager of the employees of the city. Because he's here, he is the governing body 24/7.
yeah, but I'm gonna
We
tell
are
you, I'm not gonna
Well,
go
we
out
are
for
the governing
animal
body
nuisance.
two days a month.
I'm gonna let you know, I'm not gonna go out for animal nuisance.
I get that. I get that. But I mean, as far
That's
as
why
the
the city
employee
clerk would
concern.
get them and distribute them.
Yeah.
Because she's here during business hours.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, if you wanna put an office in here and pay me a salary, I can go and have to.
Now, I'm more talking about if there's a complaint about maintenance, police department,
Yeah.
city office. Personnel,
Well, I
that should
get
go
that
to you
part,
because
yeah.
you're their boss
Yeah.
directly. And then to us,
Well,
if
on the
you,
nature of the complaint, that's what Shannon was explaining, if we get them in the past. If it's turned into me and it's not me that deals with it, then I distribute it to where it needs to go. And a record of it is kept on file. I think the clerk's just that first point of access, your neutral person to turn it into.
Anything further? Move on. Third party policy? Is that? Is there paperwork on that?
No, I believe Holly wanted that one on the agenda.
That's me as well.
Okay.
I think we as an employer need to start restricting people who are not on the payroll due to safety concerns. Looks like I actually made one less copy. I'm glad Chad's not here, I guess. Short copy.
Is there any way that these can be added before, like into the package that can be read beforehand?
I screwed up. I didn't have them ready quite
Okay.
when Emily needed them.
I may not read as fast as others, so.
No, it's fine, and really, we can table it, cause like, I mean, I really like Chad's opinion on some of the stuff that I'm presenting. I don't wanna just leave him out of some of the
For sure.
important decisions.
So take this home and bring back to the next meeting and I can put it back in
Sure.
the packet? Is that what you're saying?
Sure, yeah, table it to the next meeting.
Okay. Looks like an executive session. Who has the executive session?
I think I'll forego that this time.
No executive session?
I'm nervous enough as it is.
Okay. Printers?
Yeah, we discussed, with, Century United, we had them came in, they also talked to Emily about our printers. Currently, we're contracting with Logan Business Solutions, and we are paying, roughly $2,000 a year. And we are able to get very similar machines to what we currently have through Century United. That would bring us up to date, or more up to date equipment that we're able to get cheaper parts for when needed. That would also give the front office the ability to have what they call a finisher attached to their main printer, which would allow for collating and sorting, stapling, number of features on their printer, and then a more updated printer in the police department. Both of which will allow them to scan and store the files on the iCloud solution, which is going to be one of the things we'll be moving to with the Century United. If we went with the printers with Century United, that would run, here somewhere.
How much did you say we're paying right now?
Right at $2,000. Is it on the back page?
So with this, it would be more?
It would be
is it $231 per month, or with services is $231?
with the services, that is, how did he explain that? That was, it'd be the $231 all in, there is a $10 per month per machine that is for the hard drive cleaning that they do every month. Because we don't want our files stored on hard drives of the printers. Because there could be confidential, it could be attorney-client privilege stuff.
Just quick math, this would be about what, 2,700 a month?
2,779.
2360 plus.
So it'd be about $700 more a year.
Yeah.
Is the extra features worth?
The fact that, well, one, we get better service. We actually get service.
Is this a problem?
The service now is horrible. If we have a machine that's not working, they don't, so here recently, they haven't been scheduling appointments to come and they just show up. A couple times they've showed up to work on the PD, printer, and I can access PD and let them into it, but I can't tell them anything that's wrong with it, or print something to even show them what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
So them not scheduling appointments is a problem. And then they tell us they'll schedule an appointment and then they show up again, unannounced. So getting the service from them is difficult. Sometimes getting supplies from them is difficult. We've been left without a printer. Our main printer in our office was down for some time.
Cause those printers are only a couple years old, aren't they? I
They
think I
are.
was just starting as mayor when we approved those printers.
The one
Or
in
they
the
approved those
P
printers.
is the newest one.
And that one is actually, which one has the lines going down the pages? Isn't there one of them that's got, Fusion
So
lines?
one of them does like blurred images, but they came in and they got that one
oh, they did,
fixed.
okay.
But if anything happens to these printers, the parts are limited. They're already,
Obsolete.
yeah. So,
The joys of technology.
Mhm.
Century's been amazing to work with. Just in our short time that we've been working with them, they seem to respond quickly. So, I mean, we can milk these ones out until they die completely, or switch over to Century and have everything at one place.
So I'm curious, because I watched the last meeting, and Councilman Seals, you had asked the gentleman from Century if both of the bids had 2 printers with them,
Mhm.
and he replied yes.
Yes.
So then what is then this for?
What's your question?
This is the same thing from the last meeting, but when we voted on Century last meeting, it did not include the printers. We only did the IT services. We have.
Yeah, it was
this
just
card
IT
was-
services.
Oh, I was under the impression that it was because of that question
No.
that you had asked him.
Yeah, no, so
I
when we made the motion for the services, the other guy that was talking about the printers, he was like, this is for all or just the IT, and we're like, just the IT services.
I do
Because
recall
we
that.
tabled the printer part.
I must have missed that.
In the minutes that you approved today, in the last part, the clarification was added at the discussion of the motion, that IT services only and not printers.
Actually, you know what? I think I wanna table this actually until next meeting, because I wanna verify. The other option was 2 like printers. 42.8, hang on a sec.
From when he came in originally, I think ours was a little bit bigger, had more functions than theirs.
Oh, I
because
see
of
what
the
it is.
packets
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
71 C45, which is similar to the one you have now, would have the finisher. The other one, which is the cheaper, the lower cost option, has 2 of the printers that are similar to what the PV has. So
And
that's
so
why
part
that
of
one
that
is.
pricing is we own our printers now, we're not leasing them,
Yeah.
so where these ones we
Oh.
would do a lease to own, so we
And
got that cost added.
If they go obsolete in a couple of years, why would we want to own them? Why wouldn't we just want to lease and give them back? Kind of thing, like trade in or something.
Like a vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna go obsolete in a couple of years, why would we wanna hold on to them after that?
Is there an option just to lease or is it lease to own? Do you, I never. asked
usually,
them that.
usually when you lease them, you lease them for 3 years, and then at the end of the 3 years, you have an option to purchase, and it's at a drastically reduced cost. They'll take the machine in, they'll check it over, give it a once over, make sure everything's good, replace the user and stuff, then you have an option to buy it.
Could we shop around for different printers from from somewhere else, not necessarily an IT company?
We could definitely do that. The only thing, the thought process on this was, since Century United is doing our IT services and all that, they would be able to do this remotely as well.
Yeah.
All their services are gonna be remote as well as on site, but they would be able to manage these, and their techs would be the same techs that would come out and work on our machine, our PCs, our server, our routers. They would know these equipment because that's what they're trained on
Kind of consolidating into one,
under one contract.
So they're trained on printing,
Yes.
yeah.
so they can mess with any printer.
And other cities,
Some
You think
companies
as well?
won't touch other.
Some
printers.
companies won't touch other
If
printers.
they're willing to take
Yeah.
on that equipment. Yeah, cause like some companies, they're only gonna touch the equipment that they lease.
And we asked about, keeping our printers since we own them, and that was questionable just due to the age of them and the lack of parts. So they weren't real big on that.
I actually had a question on, so I reviewed the purchase policy. Yeah. And I recognized that the Century contract is well over $10,000. I suppose I'm making sure that we're following our purchase policy. Did we put these in a publication in the official city newspaper and or publication of 3 days, or is something like this required to have that? I'm asking because I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that. I know what we did, which was reached out to multiple companies and just got the bids on them. Or a quote. But it was not listed in the paper if that's what needs to happen.
I don't think that there's any requirement that they be published in the paper.
I think that's really only with like big projects.
Like the street
Yeah,
projects,
like
things like
when
that.
we get, if we get
That's because it's
JEO or
Government
BG,
bonding or government
funding.
funding.
Yeah.
Oh, this just says competitive bidding. That's all it says. It says the payment bond is required for construction projects which exceed $40,000 and all other bonds as required by the city council, but then it starts a new paragraph and goes on to say any procurement in excess, it says any procurement in excess of $10,000 shall require a minimum of 2 publication in the official city newspaper and or publication of 3 days in the newspaper with a wider circulation.
I know it's gonna get costly. I know we just got a bill today. I don't know if it's in that folder. It was $1,000 for our last publication that we posted in the paper. It's just like a little less than $1,000.
Well, has this been passed around?
Well, three. Oh, I haven't seen it.
Hasn't seen them.
And I'm asking to understand. I'm not asking because I'm I don't know what it's called. I'm losing my words. So because it costs $1,000, then it wouldn't fall under the, like, I'm trying to understand. So I then can in the future try to avoid going against our purchase policy. I guess I don't know.
For like the IT business?
For anything.
Well, the biggest thing is we put it in the Osage County Chronicle and
Nobody
you know,
sees it.
nobody sees it. I mean, the odds of having a Kansas City IT company or Paola or Iola or Topeka looking at the Osage County Chronicle.
Is it supposed to be listed like that, or is it supposed to be listed as in the city is seeking IT over $10,000?
Yeah, but it's still in the purchasing policy. I mean, I understand the inconvenience of putting it in there and people may not see it and so on and so forth. And I guess the
But we
reason why
did-
we wouldn't do it,
Yeah. I mean,
But
we still did competitive bids.
it's in the
Or tempted.
purchasing policy. Yeah.
Tom's reviewing it here.
Cause I got bullheaded about it.
No, we did competitive bidding to multiple places. We reached out to multiple people.
Well, I don't know when this policy was last updated. It predates me. It looks like
2004.
2004. It does say any
2006.
procurement in excess of $10,000 shall require a minimum of 2 publications in the official city newspaper and or publication of 3 days in a newspaper with a wider circulation.
What would something like that cost with your newspaper?
I just write it for them.
Something like that wouldn't be a lot. It's more when we're posting like the ordinances, that's what I was referring to.
What literature is actually being posted in the newspaper for this though? Is it
I think this is probably out of date
Is
and
it
the
for-
newspaper's not the best option anymore.
Is it for reaching out for getting bids, or is it reaching out saying the city is seeking through these companies possibility of?
No, it's soliciting interest.
I got you.
An invitation for bid shall be issued when a contract is to be awarded by competitive sealed bidding. That's not necessarily what we're doing here, a competitive sealed bid. It says contracts over 5,000 shall be awarded by competitive sealed bidding to the lowest responsible and qualified bidder.
And this is the
This
one-
is a policy from a way before my time. I do believe it's dated.
It's been discussed at the last couple council meetings and council was to review it and make what changes they felt appropriate and send them back to me. And I haven't received it from anybody.
That was mentioned in the meeting ago.
I haven't received
Or a few
anything.
meetings ago, I think, was it 2 or 3?
And then again last meeting.
My bad.
And I'm not casting blame or anything,
It
if that's the
doesn't,
way you're taking.
on a policy,
I'm not.
policies are different than ordinances. Okay, policies can be changed relatively easily, and you can vary from policy as you can make exceptions. Now, the question is whether the exception then becomes the rule, and if that's the case, you need to amend your policy. You probably need to revisit this. I mean, what was being reasonable 20 years ago may not be reasonable today in today's environment. Most of us recognize that newspapers are not very widely read anymore. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but that's the truth. And so I don't want to see the city wasting money to publish. We're interested in IT service, contact us now, because those folks aren't going to be reading your local newspaper. So, I mean, the means by which you all went about it, by getting 3 local or 3 internet service providers to, or I shouldn't say internet service providers, IT service providers to provide their bids is probably as effective as you could be under the circumstances. So, yeah, I think you need to revisit this policy, but I don't think that you need to scrap what you've done already.
Right, so newspaper or with a wider circulation, so something like Facebook or like our social media stuff, would that be something that we could do?
Well, it's not a newspaper. Social
Well,
media is not
right.
a newspaper.
No, I'm saying that,
But-
as far as to put like a review on there, like reviewing the policy, add that to there. Like not just the newspaper.
I don't know that you're gonna have folks that are gonna come to your Facebook page and look at what you're soliciting. Internet
Does it-
or
Does it say somewhere else
IT
in here
survival.
about the 3, and it may not be listed in this one, where we get 3 different bids? Cause that allows at least contact some places rather than them searching for us. That might be on something totally
I'd like,
different then.
you know, if you want me to read this completely, I can't do it in the middle of a meeting like this and give you an opinion of what all circumstances this would apply to. Okay, this is the first I'm getting to look at 2.5 pages of single space typing for the most part, and it's late. And if you want me to dissect this, I'd be happy to do it, report back to you at the next council meeting. But my first pass through it is, yeah, you're varying from your policy. Now, is that critical? I don't believe so. Because I believe that when this was passed, it was probably meaningful, but today I don't know that it's meaningful.
Okay. Anything further on printers? Or we waiting? Table it? Actions? We'll move on.
I'll talk to AJ.
Extension request?
The bottom one for the $177.77 is paid.
Thank you.
What is the handwriting one, written
Yeah.
one? Is
So
that-
5 total.
Huh?
Yeah, so there'll be 5 total. Taking one away and adding one.
77, great.
Make a motion, we approve extension request.
Motion has been made by Kevin, second by Ron. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. All in favor, motion carried. Ordinance 557, city clerk.
Well, I think that's when I changed to it's a resolution, it's the 2026-9.
Okay.
This is what other cities have used, to kind of help with the paying bills discussion we've had at the last 2 meetings. So just something to look at. If that's how you want to go about it. Kind of seem to be the happy medium between the two and not getting the late fees and bringing them to council.
You said other cities have kind of adopted this.
Yeah, I believe this is advisable.
Okay.
A lot of
Resolution.
capital letters in here.
So if there's any monthly bill, especially that comes up with contracts, if there's any deviation from the pre-established bill, would that then come to council to be like reviewed or something, or?
So if we approved, the engineer $10,000 at the council meeting and then we got the bill and it was for 15,000, we would bring it back to council. Something like that. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Chad was talking about cell phone bills specifically. There was some deviation from one to the other last meeting. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. I mean, it was just a couple dollars here and there, but those add up.
Yeah, on the cell phone bills, like it was cents to dollars on them, and it depends on what plan we got on at the time. Were they running a special at the time? Does one have a newer cell phone that we're paying for? Something like that is the reason those are different.
The top of this, a resolution authorizing the city clerk to pay certain, and then at the bottom, we're authorizing the city clerk, the assistant clerk and treasurer.
Yeah.
We can add it at the top.
Cause the assistant city clerk / treasurer would have to do it in place or with.
I know, I'm just saying at the top, it's specifically saying city clerk, but then at the bottom, they're throwing a bunch of people in there, afterthought kind of.
Yeah, I can add him to the top there.
You're just wanting to change what you're saying.
Yeah, I
Oh.
want it to be consistent.
Okay, I thought you were asking about like why, or why they would get to do it.
I This kind of goes back to more of what I was actually wanting, I don't want the day-to-day business stuff, I don't care about that, it's the big stuff that I'm.
Is this something we can?
So you can motion to approve it with the correction.
I move that we adopt resolution number 2026-9 with the addition of the assistant city clerk / treasurer in the title.
So,
Motion been made by Ron, second by Kevin. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. All in favor, motion carried. I'll have to wait to sign the official one, right?
Yeah, I'll get it changed and put it in the box.
Has everybody reviewed the bills? Are they good?
yeah, we got 3
They all got your signatures?
Motion, we have viewed the bills.
You'd be approving.
Or approved the bills, yes.
Second. Motion made by Kevin, second by Ron. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. All in favor, motion carried. Anything off agenda?
Just real quick, we do have a meeting on Wednesday at 3:00 with Century United for onboarding. It'll be a call, I think, to meet the project manager, the client services manager, and a couple other people. So,
I will be at work, so I will not attend that, so no. And whoever else you feel needs to be in that.
It'll probably be Kevin, Michael, and I.
it should be a team, so we might get a team's meeting, I think, so we should be able to record it.
Okay. All right, do you think you might need Shannon or Dustin, like any other head of departments in there because of IT stuff that they would be needing done, or, okay. Alrighty. Anything else off
Half the
agenda?
stuff we probably won't even know what they're talking about.
Anything else off agenda or follow-up? Anything in the notes and FYI?
There's one page in there, it was just a thank you from the library for our
It's in
donation.
the bills section.
It's in the bills?
Yeah, I can't find it.
The black folder's missing.
Oh, I thought Ron was into that. That's not the last folder, never mind. Awesome. There's nothing else.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion, made by Kevin, second by Barb. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. All in favor, motion carried to adjourn at 9:32.